So I picked out the colors that I need to top up. We're talking serious business. Morning everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you've decided to join us today. In this video, I'm going to take you through a week in my life as a small business owner. For those of you new here, my name's Trisha. I'm the owner of Golden Wattle Designs. We're a handmade hair accessories business based in Sydney, Australia. And I document my journey as a small business here on YouTube in the form of studio vlogs, market vlogs, and such. And in today's video, I'm going to take you along for a typical week in my life where I prep for upcoming online launches as well as for markets. Now, in today's video, we've got ourselves a bit of a list to go through, and I'm going to take you along while I go through it. A few things that I have to get done is, one, I need to top up on scrunchies. So there'll be satin scrunchies being made. There will be new bows being made. We've also got to make some wristlets. If you've seen my previous video, we sold a bunch of them at the markets last weekend. So I've got to top those up and come up with a few new designs as well. I'm potentially looking at releasing 2 new products over the coming weeks. And I've tested out one I still have to tweak a little bit. So if I have a little time this week, that's something that we're going to tackle. In other news, I'm also going to officially start work on advent calendars. I won't include that content in this particular video, but I will also film it while I'm going through it. So my advent calendar prep videos, right from cutting off my fabric to packaging and all of that, will be included in a few videos that I will publish depending on how much content I get. It'll be a few videos. I'm hoping to make it a little series, and I will publish that after the holidays have come and gone, just because I want the contents of that calendar to be a nice little surprise for those of you who decide to purchase the calendar, and I don't want to ruin the surprise by showing you what's going to be inside. So the pre-order for advent calendars will be live on the website today. You'll also be able to pre-order those calendars from us at markets. Today is the 1st of October, of course, and all through October, I will have that pre-order open. The advent calendars will start shipping out in November. So first week of November is what I'm looking at. So whether you're local, that is from Australia, or overseas, that is the US, Singapore, wherever it is that you're based, that should leave ample amount of time for your calendar to get to you in time for opening it the day of. By the time this video is live, the advent calendar pre-order should already be live if you're interested in purchasing it. I will leave a link down in the description box for you to make it easier for you to go check out. Yeah, so I've got to make a few wristlets, and I'm sure I'll think of a couple of other things that I really need to get done before the markets this weekend. So come along, let's get started, and let's start churning out some new products. We're ready to start work for the day. I'm just going to start off by using a little bit of hand cream because we are going to be working with satin fabrics, and I don't want that fabric to get caught. I love these little tubes from the Body Shop. They are fantastic to have on hand, even for markets and things like that, because it's a little compact tube. You can just slip it in your market bag and carry it along. With that taken care of, my hands are nice and soft and supple for now. We're going to start work on some satin scrunchies. Satin fabric tends to be a little finicky, so I'm going to get done with that cutting first before we can move on to stitching and completing the rest of it. While I have my cutting mat and my rotary cutter out, I might also get a few other bits and pieces taken care of because I need to top up on a few other market scrunchies as well. So I picked out the colors that I need to top up. At least these are the ones that I need to work on first, and then we'll move on to the rest. So it is just about a couple of minutes before 10. Let's see how long this takes us. I find using a lint roller of some sort keeps my work surface and my floors just a tiny bit tidier than usual. Typically, my my floors are covered with fibers. Even on a day when I've not worked with fabric, let's say I've just about vacuumed and I'm thinking of my next collection, somehow magically I find strands of fiber on the floor. It's probably on my garments or on something that I'm using, but does that happen to you guys too? I mean, there's just so much fiber everywhere. I've actually had to increase the frequency of my vacuuming just to keep up with these threads, but the lint roller definitely helps keep it down a little. all the cuttings done. It's a little before 12 o'clock, so it took me about an hour and a half. I did have to step out for a little bit to go pick up a package that had come in. That took me about 10 minutes or so to go and take care of. But let me show you all of the fabric that's been cut. That's the first lot. Can anyone spot the new colors on here? And this is lot number 2. So that's just the satin fabrics at the moment. I'm going to rest my arms for a bit before I can move on to cutting the rest of it. But what I might do is have a little bit of a break, grab a cup of coffee and start sewing these. I'd like to be able to have at least a few ready for this weekend. guys, today's Tuesday. It's a little later in the day, it's just past 2 in the afternoon. I didn't pop on earlier because I really wanted to buckle down and finish off stitching those scrunchies that we had started. And I have. You know, when I break out the big bag, we're talking serious business. We're getting serious. So this bag is full of scrunchie tubes. I'm thinking of going live while I continue working on the rest of them. I haven't decided whether I'm going to, but I might do that. I may continue working on this just while watching the television in the night after dinner and things like that. We'll see how that goes. But for today afternoon, I want to get started on our advent calendars. Like I've mentioned before, that's a little bit of content that I will put out a little later in the year, but I'm going to be filming the entire process. So I'm going to get started with cutting our fabric. I have a very exciting piece of news when it comes to packaging, which I will share on my socials very soon. So if you're not following along on Instagram or TikTok, make sure you look us up there and follow along for all of those updates. So I'm going to spend the next hour or so. I don't know how long it's going to take me. I'm assuming it'll take me a couple of hours to cut up that fabric. I still need to pick up a few pieces from Spotlight, but I think I have most of the fabric for the advent calendars with me, so I should be able to work through quite a bit of them today itself. It's been a few days since I started work on those satin scrunchies, and I've realized that I haven't updated you on how that's been going. I have completed that project, so I finished flipping those tubes over, putting the elastic through, stitching that up and finishing the top stitch. But I didn't really get around to filming much of it. I thought I would go on live one day, but I really wanted to buckle down and get things done as fast as I could. Usually when you're filming or when you're live streaming, things tend to take a little longer, and I've actually reached that stage where I'm feeling the pressure a little bit for the oncoming holiday season. I feel like I'm a little behind already, and that's not a good feeling. So I want to catch up a little bit before things go absolutely bananas. And that's why I did everything off camera, but I have finished off all of that. And just to give you a sneak peek, those are all the scrunchies. There's 2 layers in the box, so that's the top layer, and there's an equal number at the bottom. And there's a few extras that did not fit in that box, which I've popped in this little one. I am relieved, at least with as far as the satin scrunchies go, and I like to have a full board of satin scrunchies because for me at least those sell pretty well. That's what it looks like. I still have to do a couple more reds and greens. I mean, red is just the one shade of red that I'll have with me, but the red, the maroon, as well as a couple of new shades of green are what I still need to get done, but that I can kind of add into my market prep during the course of the upcoming weeks, so that doesn't bother me too much. And I also want to get a few more prints done because the prints are proving to be really popular. So that's about it. That sums up my efforts for this week. I think I'm going to end this video right here. Apologies if it's a slightly shorter one and a bit all over the place, but I hope you enjoyed it nevertheless. If you did, don't forget to like this video, and if you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing to my channel. And thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.